Welcome back to Newsmax Now. I'm Miranda Kahn. Now let's take a look at the latest GOP polls out of South Carolina. This CNN and ORC poll shows Trump is still maintaining a large lead over his closest competitors. He gets about 38% versus Ted Cruz with 22%. That's a 16-point lead. Meanwhile, Senator Marco Rubio comes in third with 14%, and Jeb Bush takes fourth place with 10%. Our very own John Bachman recently spoke with South Carolina Congressman Mark Sanford about the upcoming primary. Let's take a listen to what they had to say.
Congressman Mark Sanford, thanks so much for being with us.
My pleasure.
All right, I wanted to get your reaction. Some new polls have come out just this week. It shows Donald Trump with a commanding lead. Why do you think Donald Trump has been able to jump out to this lead in South Carolina to this extent?
One of the things that I think is especially strong in South Carolina is, oddly enough, the area where Trump is strongest happens to be, in essence, what's called the Bible Belt, the I-85 corridor. And it's along those corridor, that road, that there are a whole host of different little towns and hamlets that used to be textile villages. Those textile jobs are now gone, and some of those jobs have been replaced with high-end manufacturing jobs, the likes of BMW or Bosch or a whole host of other high-tech industries. But some of those jobs have been lost forever. And those people that haven't been able to grab new economic footing within the modern jobs that have replaced the old textile jobs are, I think, the jet fuel behind Trump's candidacy. I think it's particularly strong on that front as you look at the cross-section of how he does in I-85, the upstate, versus some of the other parts of the state.
Some of your colleagues, your congressional delegate colleagues, Tim Scott over on the Senate side, Trey Gowdy, fellow congressman, they've endorsed Marco Rubio. He is lagging a little bit in the polls. Why do you think those endorsements are not helping Rubio out in South Carolina?
My sense is, you've got a real contest going between Jeb Bush and Rubio for the third spot. You have Trump out front, Cruz with a pretty strong ground game, and to date sort of hanging in and around the second spot, and Jeb and Rubio sort of nipping it at his heels. But the real contest, I think, is between Jeb and Rubio, and to some lesser extent Kasich. And Jeb has tools that nobody has. I mean, the president was former president.
Do you think that will help? I mean, he's been unable to really hit Trump successfully now with his brother George W. Bush out there on the stump for him. Do you think that will really help? He is very popular in South Carolina.
Yeah, I think it does, in that it's not so much a case of hitting Trump as it is reminding folks of what they liked about W.
You think the polls hold up? Do you think Donald Trump wins?
I think that I don't think his lead stays as commanding as it is now. My sense is it's going to be much closer to a jump ball between Trump, Cruz, and either Jeb or Rubio. But again, we'll find out Saturday.
All right. South Carolina Congressman Mark Sanford, former governor of that state, thanks so much for being with us. A pleasure to speak with you.
My pleasure. Thanks.